G'day everyone, I'm AzureBlaze and welcome back to another video of sorts. This is a video on me talking about the Xbox showcase from, for me it was Monday morning. I'm actually recording this, what's the time, 11:30ish AM, which means it was at 3 AM in the morning for me. I did not watch it then, I watched it after I got up. However, about 8.5 hours after, roughly. After the showcase started. And this is basically my thoughts on the showcase overall, since it's still sort of fresh in my head. Yes, this video will be coming out on Wednesday instead, which is 2 days later, which will make it feel old. However, I don't know. Anyway, I guess my biggest thing going into this was hoping for... I'm a huge Halo fan, as anyone can probably see from my channel. And I was hoping to at least see a trailer for Season 4 for Halo Infinite, if not the Certain Affinity project and all that sort of thing. However, there was... oh yeah, spoilers, if anyone's... I mean, not that it really matters, I don't think. However, yeah, there was no Halo at all in the showcase, and yeah, I don't know. At the very least, Season 4 is coming out soon. Therefore, it's not too much of a worry. However, at the same time, it's like something would have been nice, or even like I want a Halo spin-off game again. It's been since 2017 since Halo Wars 2, and I guess you could count Fireteam Raven in between then. However, I've never played it. I've seen one in my entire time searching for the game. Anyway, and yeah, I've never played it. However, yeah, no, it would be good for another Halo spin-off game or something like that. Oh well, the lack of Halo is somewhat disappointing, I feel. Especially considering, I think Phil said back like 2 years ago or something about Halo being like the future of Xbox, or Halo is Xbox and all that sort of thing. And it's basically gone quiet again. Oh well, Season 4 is coming soon. Excited for that. However, to cover the rest of the showcase, I feel like I should be honest and sort of say, I am not the general target audience for most games companies. Like, I guess most AAA games, to be more specific, I feel. Like, I don't tend to like darker or grittier games or anything like that. And I'm only going based off memory here because I didn't write down any notes or anything like that. However, a lot of the games were... like, even if I don't think they're bad games, I don't really want to play them, simply because I don't like that sort of thing. Like, I don't like the darker side of things. Specifically, I guess we'll go straight into it, Persona and all that sort of thing. Like, I have siblings who really like the Persona games, and while I like the art style and all that sort of thing, it's generally one of my preferred art styles for games. And I like the music a lot. I can't get into the games because their stories get really, really dark, and I don't like that sort of thing personally, and that's sort of how I am. Not to mention the stories are really long, and I'm very impatient. I feel like saying this makes me sound like I don't like games. However, like, I like games. However, yeah, something sort of like, I don't know. it would have been nice to see a little bit more like a little bit more happier games. There were a few, and I can go through a couple of them, I think, if I can remember them. I might pull up the Xbox channel on my phone and have a look at see what games they had on there. However, Persona games, they look really neat. Sadly, again, yeah, I don't play Persona games. I do have people who do play them, and Persona 3's remake looks pretty good, I feel. Fable, it was something that sort of interested me. I don't think I'm a fan of the humor. I don't know what the humor was like in the old Fable games. I've never played them. It was something that interested me initially. It still looks like something that might interest me. However, I'm generally not a fan of the humor. That's sort of me. However, South of Midnight, I don't really have much to comment on. So, Star Wars Outlaws. I do like a good Star Wars game. Again, sort of depends how dark it gets. It is more of a crime-based one, I think. That's Outlaws. However, yeah, see how sort of it goes. I do like Star Wars games though. 33 Immortals looks kind of intriguing. Probably not my type of game. Payday 3, definitely not my type of game. Yeah, Persona 3 Reloaded, pretty good looking. Avowed, not generally my type of game. Sea of Thieves, not generally a fan of pirates myself. Gosh, I really sound like I don't like games. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That's something that interests me. I did want to try out some of the stuff from Microsoft Flight Simulator from beforehand, however, I never really got around to it. I think it's more like, I don't know, I think the simulation aspect only sort of is something I'm interested in. However, Flight Simulator 2024 seems to have a lot more stuff going on, which, excuse me, sorry, should be interesting. Senua's Saga, Like a Dragon, not interested. Fallout 76, not very interested personally. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, looked somewhat interesting. Probably not something I'll play. Forza Motorsport, I like the Horizon games. Motorsport's a little bit too realistic for me. Elder Scrolls Online, not a fan of Elder Scrolls generally. Overwatch 2 Invasion. I have been waiting. I play a little, I dabble in a little bit of Overwatch. Very rarely, every now and then. Not generally my thing, however, yeah, it's, I don't know, I guess, the one thing I've been mainly waiting for is a story mode, and I'm not sure if this is like, when I was watching the trailer I was getting a little bit confused to whether it would have a big full story mode or not. It said story missions. Shall see how that is, because I will probably play that. Persona 5 Tactica. Yeah, as I was sort of saying, the stories tend to get a little bit too deep for my liking. However, I have family members who were very much like that, although it is more of like a tactics type game, like, I don't know, Mario and Rabbids. Jusant, is that the one where they're climbing? I think that's the climbing one. I think. While I'm waiting for Jusant to load. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's the climbing one. I do like the look of this one, Jusant. See what that's like. That looks pretty interesting, I feel. Still Waist Deep. Nope. No thanks. Dungeons of Hinterberg. The art style looks neat. I'm semi-interested to see what happens with that. Cyberpunk, nah. City Skylines 2. As much as they look neat, I've never been able to get into these sort of simulation type games. Metaphor looks very Persona-esque, made by Atlas. This is very Atlas Showcase, this was. Towerborn, maybe, I don't know. Clockwork Revolution, sort of reminds me of Bioshock Infinite. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. The new Series S, and Starfield. And judging by my lack of not playing Skyrim, my lack of playing Skyrim and Fallout and all that sort of thing, Starfield's not really going to worry me too much. Overall, yeah, it sounds like I don't like a lot of these games. However, like, I think a lot of them at least have interesting things in them. As I was sort of saying, I've always liked the feel, like the style and everything of the Persona games and all that sort of thing. I'm personally not a fan of the dark side of things. However, yeah, I think the biggest ones I'm watching out for, probably most definitely Overwatch 2's Invasion mode, Jusant, and Star Wars. that's about it, I think. Overall, though, I think it was a good presentation overall. They showed off a fair amount of games, a lot of games that will probably make a lot of people happy. I was waiting for things like Perfect Dark to show up. I don't know where that's gone. I guess the other thing was, I don't know if Bandai are doing anything for Summer Games Fest or not. However, I really, really wanted to hear something about maybe Scarlet Nexus, like maybe a sequel to Scarlet Nexus. I understand that's probably not very likely, however, anyone who's seen my channel again will know that I am quite a big fan of Scarlet Nexus, and they left the story open-ended at the end, and I really want them to continue it. Please, Bandai. I was sort of hoping that because the first Scarlet Nexus was shown off in Xbox sort of thing first, it was a big Xbox thing for some reason for a little bit. I was sort of hoping they'd probably do the same thing with Scarlet Nexus 2 if they were going to do it. Oh well. In saying that, I don't know if there might be something in development. Who knows? Probably not, though. I don't think. I think I have a feeling there's not going to be anything else from Scarlet Nexus, which does make me a little bit unhappy. However, that would be nice. I guess the other thing would be another Tales game. Tales of Arise came out 2 years ago, and I don't know. There might be something, who knows? I'd imagine there probably would be. Tales is a long-running franchise. Other than that, however, yeah, no, I somewhat enjoyed the showcase overall. I sort of skimmed through it in the morning. Again, a lot of the games aren't for me personally, that's more my thing. However, yeah, I think the showcase is pretty good. A little bit disappointed by the lack of Halo, Perfect Dark, and all that sort of thing. Other than that, however, I think what they did show, and that climbing game that I can't remember the name of now that I put my phone down, I think that looks pretty good as well. And yeah, I think that's about it, however. Yeah, sorry this video was a little bit all over the place like it was. I don't know, I was trying to figure out sort of what to do for the Wednesday video, and I thought, I sort of got my brain stuck on the Xbox showcase. I'm an Xbox fan, I may as well do a video on it. However, in saying that, yeah, I don't think there's much else for me to say about it. Pretty excited for some of the games here. Others, I'm excited for everyone else. However, I believe that is all from me. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.